How do men view you? Men view you as one of a kind. They put you on a pedestal. Men view you as someone that is very exotic. You could work or you could live in a specific town, city, or even in another country than you actually were born in. And men view you as someone that is very different but extremely attractive. I also feel like you can come across as someone that has a lot of status. So if you are a male listening to this, men do view you as someone that has a lot of power, someone that people actually look up to. You get a lot of attention when you're on the street or if you're out and about with them. This could be like your friends. They may feel like you can get your pick and choose as to what type of females you want to date. And men view you as being very universally attractive, whether you are a masculine or a feminine listening to this. Men can view you as someone that doesn't want to settle down. You're viewed as someone that doesn't want to get married. Maybe you've mentioned something during your conversations with a male friend or even a male partner or an ex-partner. Some of you have broken up with partners because you give off the energy of someone that doesn't want to settle down. Some of you do actually want to settle down, but you may want to live on your own, and your partner, may have agreed with this. But there's something about you that gives off an energy that you do not want to marry. For others of you, I feel as if men view you as someone that is a non-conformist. You march to the beat of your own drum. Men view you as somebody that may have been an underdog, but you managed to achieve something very important in your life in the now. There's something about you going against the grain, so men do view you as someone that is extremely powerful. Like, you're not traditional, and you may have come from a traditional background, but you have managed to carve your own lane and you've done something different. You went against your family, but at the same time, some of you are still in connection with your family, but there's something about you've broken free from family, but you're still close with family-ish, close-ish with family. So for some of you, I feel like you could have like a traditional background and you may have dated outside of your race, whether you are a masculine or a feminine listening to this, and it may have caused a lot of uproar, but you went against what was wanted for you, and you went for what you needed as opposed to what other people wanted for you. And you stood up for yourself. And for some of you, it wasn't taken well. For others of you, it was just accepted. Whether or not people agreed with it, they accepted it. So men view you as someone that marches to the beat of their own drum, someone that is not afraid to go after their goals, is not afraid to date who they want to date, regardless if it ruffles a few feathers. So you're kind of seen as a bit of a rebel, but in a nice way. Men view you as being very defensive, very protective as well, especially if you've dated them. Men feel as if you will always have their back. Men view you as being very powerful and strong, but you know when to let down your guard. So you do have a sensitive side to you. Okay, you're able to balance out your masculine and your feminine qualities. Men view you as a bit shy, and they view you as someone that they can't quite read as to whether or not you like them. For others of you, men view you as a little bit intimidating. This is for my feminines. Men can view you as a bit intimidating. They may feel as if, I feel like it's at first, when they get to know you, their guard drops. So some men can be quite defensive with you, I should say, right? Because they feel as if you are a certain way. And this could be in regards to the way that you look, the way that you carry yourself. It's with a lot of power, and this can intimidate some men. So unfortunately for my feminines, you may get males that will have feelings for you, they will fancy you, but they won't let you know that they fancy you because they feel slightly intimidated by you. They may feel like you could be one of those females that will say like, how much money you making? Don't chat to me if you're not making a certain amount of money. What car are you driving? They could just assume, they could project onto you that you are, you know, very materialistic. And unfortunately, in some cases, they actually talk themselves out of what could be an amazing and beautiful relationship. Or they can just feel like you're gonna cuss them out for whatever reason. You know, there's an energy that you may exude, and I feel like it's an energy of power. And I don't feel like you should be any other way. You know, I feel like people should meet you where you're at. But obviously, if you're being like aggressive and abrupt for no reason, then that does, you know, have to be looked into and rectified. But I feel like you're not being that way inclined. I feel like it's more of a case of there's a lot of assumptions that are placed upon you, but only those that are brave enough to get to know you, they realize that you're actually a kitty cat. Like you're actually quite sweet, and you know, maybe it's a situation of someone seeing you switch before and they're like, nah, she'll take my head off. No, no. But men view you as intimidating, but once they get to know you, they realize that you're a sweetheart, you know. And I feel like men feel as if they need to level up in order to be with you. And again, some men will actually sabotage even getting to know you. They'll sabotage a connection even forming before it translates into anything else, because they just feel like it's not going to work out. You know, you're going to overpower them in some cases. But for some of you, some men feel once they get to know you that you're actually a beautiful person. I feel for some of you, unfortunately, some men can be so intimidated by you, from my feminines, that they will often try and downplay your beauty, your looks, because they feel as if you get a lot of attention anyway. So you may find that, you know, unfortunately for some of you, you may have dated a few people, and for my feminines as well, right? And they may have tried to put you down, or they may have, you know, tried to pit you up against other females because they were intimidated by your beauty, your charm, your grace, etc. They may not have complimented you, or they may have nitpicked at you as a form to break down your confidence. So you may find that, unfortunately. But men view you as someone that is beautiful, and you know that you're beautiful, and they don't need to tell you that you're beautiful. Some men view you as someone that is a great friend, like you're funny, you're charismatic, you're a vibe, you know. And some men view you as someone that will actually break their heart. This is a fear, you know, it's what I'm picking up with the Three of Swords. Some men also view you as someone, if you are friends with them, as someone that they will actually like to get into a relationship with, but they feel like it's going to blur the lines. Like they don't want to lose this friendship with you, but at the same time, you know, they're trying not to look at you in a romantic way, but they're trying to not see you in a romantic light, but they try to suppress their emotions for you because they find you extremely beautiful. Queen of Cups is the most beautiful queen in the tarot, and they try and not see you in that light, but they can't help but not see you in that light. Some men actually are in love with you, and once men get to know you, they actually develop strong feelings for you, and then they don't want to be your friend. Some men view you as someone that is a great mother, and men do view you as someone that's very, very attractive, very, very seductive, someone that's very intelligent. They find you to be very energetic. They find you to be very independent, very mysterious, but they feel as if in some regard they have to push you away, or that you'll push them away. Some men may choose not to entertain you, and some men may feel like you don't want to settle down. You may want someone that has got a lot of money, and some men may feel like they need to break the rules to be with you, because men do actually see you as the settling down type and someone that they want to actually wifey off or